Good evening, Dr. Grant.
Good evening,
How are you,
Austin.
my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you, my friend?
I am doing well. It's been a busy day. I'm excited to dig into the conversation tonight with you.
Yes.
I feel like this is extremely timely based on everything that's going on and all the distraction. We want to dive into people's wellness tonight.
Yeah.
And what does it take to be well physically? What does it take to have more vitality?
Okay, in a very simple definition, wellness is balance. Illness is imbalance. So if you are well, we talk about wellness in three aspects. We call it PMS, physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. It has to be in three dimensions.
Well, let's hit that for a moment, Dr. Grant, because I love the acronym and it's you remember it.
Yes.
So it's PMS.
Yes.
PMS is a great acronym to remember your wellness. Will you share it one more time with us?
Well, PMS is physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. I bet you most women will understand this more than men because of the acronym.
Yes. So I'm going to pause a minute because we are just warming up, everyone. I'm excited. You know that I'm passionate about wellness and physical and working out and health. And this connection with Dr. Grant has been fantastic. And we've been consistently coming in front of you with valuable things to move the needle of your own well-being. You know, Dr. Grant, I want to share this with you. And I'm going to talk a little, I want to share a quick story. I want to talk a little bit more about you. And I want to invite folks to share this valuable information that you're going to get from a man who has 35 years experience in this space. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. I heard this young doctor talking, and because there's conversations around certain topics, and he was asked about the state of what everybody's being asked to do. And he had gone out and followed protocol because he's in the healthcare. He deals with patients that have certain things. And he said that really, he was very transparent. He said the best thing you can do is take care of your own wellness so that you're less susceptible to whatever comes knocking on your door. And he talked about like doing the right things. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That's why I want to invite you to share this information. We're going to talk about things that can literally move the needle of your wellness. What do you think about this, Dr. Grant?
I think it makes perfect sense, Austin. I was just reading this magazine here from the Canadian Family Physician, which is in Canada here. Okay, they talk about lifestyle and hypertension. This is really interesting to show this on a Canadian family physician because I do not see many physicians in Canada and the US talking about lifestyle. You know, Austin, my focus is about IM, FM, LM. You know, I love acronym, right? IM, integrative medicine. FM, functional medicine. LM, lifestyle medicine. Now, I've been talking about this for, as you said, 35 years now. Now, if we talk about integrative medicine, we get the best of both allopathic and naturopathic medicine together. And then when we talk about functional medicine, we talk about the medicine that actually help us to have a healthy gut. Because healthy gut means healthy brain. And then lifestyle medicine, I think if each one of us focus on our lifestyle, what we eat, what we don't eat, and what's eating us, and what we think about, because what goes in here is affect what goes in here. So if we can focus on all of the stuff, which is all on the website, academyofwellness.com, under Wellness IQ. I know you scored very high in the Wellness IQ. I know you walk in your talk. I know you are one of the best students that I've ever had because you're already doing the belly breathing. You're already fully hydrated. You're already doing all of the alkaline food. And this is what we're going to be talking tonight at 8 p.m. I hope your viewers will come and visit us and then see what is the alkaline food that we need to use. And then you can email us all of this data. And then we can get people to be healthy, focusing on lifestyle. Focus on the PMS. Simple stuff, simple things. No need for
Yes.
medications, no need for operations, no need for any radiation, no need for any of this stuff. Okay?
Yes, and I want to hit this because too many times we compartmentalize things, Dr. Grant.
Yes.
We want to put them in compartments, like healthcare is over here, and my attitudes are over here, and the food I eat is over here. And we think about their separation. They're like in separate compartments, and that's why I love what you do, because it's integrative. It's looking at the whole situation and helping people get well. I mean, and forget about like eating a certain way and all this stuff. Of course, we can talk about that, but it's about energy, vitality, living more life, living longer. Dr. Grant, talk about what is your aim for people? What do you believe that people's longevity is?
I believe that we can all live from 111 to 121. I believe this can be achievable. However, my mom passed away in her early 40s. My dad passed away in his mid 50s. I have never seen my grandparents. So when it comes to genetics, I inherited very bad genes from parents, grandparents, and grandparents. But there is a science called epigenetics, which can turn your genes on or off. So if we're able to turn the bad genes off, turn the good genes on through lifestyle, then we can achieve living longer, looking younger, and becoming healthier and becoming stronger until age 121 without any dialysis. In fact, we're inviting tonight at 9 p.m. one of the top kidney specialists in Canada and the UK. So I would invite your viewers to be tuning in, and he cannot make it at 8 p.m. unfortunately, because he has another medical conference call, but he's going to join us at 9 p.m. So please, every possible effort to join on this call, and I'm sure you're going to put in the link for this call tonight.
Yes. And this is what I love, Dr. Grant, is, and so tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to launch a private Zoom call. It's wellness mentoring that we're working on, because we want people to be healthier. We want people to have more vitality. Tonight at 8 p.m., we're going to share the information. And tonight, Dr. Grant has a special guest. And this is what I love about you, Dr. Grant. You pull information from various resources. You have the background. It's not like you woke up one day, you took a course, right? You have the education, but you've also worked for the FDA, the CDC. You were a senior consultant. You've immersed yourself in, after your mother, God rest her soul, passed away, you dedicated yourself to say, what is going on? There's no way that should have happened. There's got to be a way for more longevity. There's got to be a way for people to not only live longer, but have quality of life.
Exactly. 100%. You know what? It happened 52 years ago. I was 18 at that time. So now my age is 70. And I know I don't look 70. Thanks very much. The thing is, from 18 years old, young, orphaned, losing their mom at this age. Just imagine a young 18 years old when every year Mother's Day come and I have no mother to celebrate with. Just imagine this. And imagine all my friends having gifts to their mothers, and I don't have any gift to give to there's no mother. Imagine the pain that I had when my mom died from all of the medications, all of the surgery, all of the operation, all of the stuff. And doctors could not help her. So I said, it must be a way. You're right. I said exactly that words. It must be a way. So I went on for search 52 years ago. What is it that I could have done to save my mom? At age 18, I did not know much. I was just finishing high school. Okay. So now have to earn 3 doctorates, 3 masters, 3 bachelors. If I know what I knew then at age 18, what I know now, I could have probably saved my mom's life. Probably I would. But how many 18 years old have 3 doctorates? Okay.
Well, but let's talk about it, because I think she was on there was medications. There was
lots of meds, lots of operations. She was obese. She had diabetes. She had high blood pressure. She had heart problems. The medication did not help her. The bypass, the stent did not help her. Austin, I have many people that I've seen in my life. This person here actually had almost 99% clogged arteries. You can see it right here. 99% clogged arteries. And he was actually on this medication here. You can see this, 28 meds. You can see this here. 28 meds, 2 bypass, 2 stents. And when I saw him in this, in 1998, you can see the dates right here, May 27, 1998, he had angina, tachycardia, and arrhythmia after taking 28 meds, done the bypass, done the stent. Doctors put him in hospice. After, like, hospice means you die in 3 months. That's what it is. Okay? From hospice, you go to palliative care, and then you're dead. Here's the good news. This is now 1999. You can see here, he had less than 50% of clogged arteries, 50% less, no meds, no medication, no surgery.
Wow.
And he's still alive. He was 79 at that time, and he's now today over 100. He's still around. Oh, how? How did I'm not a magician.
Wow.
All I've done is done at the IM, FM, LM. I changed his lifestyle. I changed all of his diet. Yeah, that's a wow experience. But it's not the only one, Austin. I had many clients all like this, many people like this from all over the world.
Yes. So please, everyone, share this. That's an amazing story, Dr. Grant. I'm going to grab a seat here and pull up so I can chat with you more and we can really get into this conversation, because this is really, really exciting news, Dr. Grant, because a lot of times when people go to a traditional healthcare, and by the way, traditional healthcare has its place.
Of course.
But
we all need emergency medicine. By the way, I work with lots of physicians. I'm not here against physicians. I'm not bashing them.
Right.
But I think, like this paper here, I think physicians are supposed to be focusing more on lifestyle medicine.
Yes.
To fix hypertension, not to give them pills until they die. No, this is lifestyle medicine. And this is the Canadian Family Physician journals. And this is what they show here: vegetables, fruits, all of the stuff that we're supposed to be using to reverse blood pressure, not just depend on Norvasc, hydrochlorothiazide, and Diovan, and just give them this for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, and I was having a conversation today about this, and I feel like, and you can just jump in whenever you want, but I feel like the pharmaceutical industry is all designed to manipulate the body to get a result in an unhealthy way that's not sustainable over time. Am I accurate in saying that?
You're accurate, but since I worked for Health Canada for 10 years and FDA and CDC, as you mentioned, I'm not here to bash Big Pharma. I'm here to tell you that there's a place for Big Pharma.
Yes.
There's a place for acute management of disease. There's a place for antibiotics. But then if you give antibiotics, you should recommend probiotics and prebiotics, because you're killing the bad bacteria and the good bacteria at the same time.
Yes.
So it's common sense, which is so uncommon for some people.
Yes.
So I'm not bashing drug companies. I'm not saying the drug company it should not be banned. No, I'm not saying that. There's a place for emergency medicine.
Yes.
There's a place for preventative medicine. Yes. There's a place for integrative medicine, functional medicine, lifestyle medicine. Which one we should seek first, Austin?
Yes.
It's a natural way first, because I believe myself, prevention is better than intervention. Self-care is better than crisis care. I believe in meditation is better than medication. So
let's get that down. If somebody could type that in, because this stuff, common sense is not always common practice. What Dr. Grant says makes so much sense, and I know you're feeling that way, but a lot of times we're missing it.
Yes.
Right. So prevention. Say that again, Dr. Grant.
Prevention is better than intervention.
Prevention is better than intervention.
And if every country in the world, including US and Canada, follow this rule, prevention is better than intervention, our healthcare system will be a true healthcare system, not sick care system, not management sickness. It's preventing disease, so all we can live till age 111 and 121.
Yes, and I agree. And I think that that's why we're doing this, because we're passionate about really getting this information out there and really kind of beating the drum that you can make some decisions that are going to improve your health. It's like a reversal, right? If you look at that gentleman, that schematics you just showed, the drawing, and what I wanted to say, it's hopeful, especially so no matter where you are, no matter where you are, I want to lose weight. My energy's down. I have arterial sclerosis. No matter where you are, there's a road that can create a reversal. It's like creating other options. Sick care is not the only option. And I really believe, Dr. Grant, that sick care is a reaction to society's wanting quick fixes.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Right? Yeah.
So when somebody have a headache, they just go and rush for aspirin, Tylenol, and Advil. Okay, find the root cause of the headache. Why you have, you know what, Austin? 85% of my clients, as you know, do not know how to do proper belly breathing. And if you have shallow breathing, if you have hypoxia, you get headaches. And if you cannot do the proper belly breathing, you're going to have, no matter how many aspirin, Tylenol, and Advil you will take, look for the root cause.
Yeah, because you're not getting fully oxygenated.
Yes.
And I've done this. I've been guilty of this. I know you're telling me how great healthy, but I know I have things to work on. And there's times when you are busy and you're coming from the is it the sympathetic nervous system?
Yes. Sympathetic is fight, flight, and fright.
Right.
And the parasympathetic is rest, digest,
yes,
breathe, relax. And this, we need to be in it almost like 50-50 every day. But right now, people living 99% on sympathetic mode. They are stressed. They're pulling the elastic, and then they hear the bad news about what's going on. And then they have fear suppressed immune system put them on sympathetic. They are now flying, and they are running away from all of this reality. And they say, I cannot live like this. By the way, most of my clients now reported an anxiety, stress, weight gain more than ever before. I've never seen anything like this in the past year. Why? Because of the listen to the news. What's going on?
Do you know the percentage of people that would live in the sympathetic versus the parasympathetic?
I would guesstimate to be 90%. My first doctorate from University of Toronto was on a stress management. So I know things about stress, about sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic. I would guesstimate, we have done this research. I've published 10 papers out of my thesis, and I know people living 90% in sympathetic mode. They don't even understand, they don't even realize. First of all, they go to bed late. Now, as soon as you go to bed after midnight, you're going to be in sympathetic mode. As soon as you don't get enough sleep, as long as you eat the wrong food at the wrong time, you're now sympathetic. As long as you commute anywhere in the US and Canada, you're going to have stress in commuting. And then as long as you are in bad news situation like what we're living in today, then you're going to have people who are living in a very, very bad stress, fear, and sympathetic mode. I'm glad that Anilda is joining us, and we're looking forward to see her at 8 o'clock. She's one of the
Let me pause. Yes, Anilda, let me pause for a minute. So Anilda is going to be joining the wellness program that we have. We're opening it up to everyone tonight.
Yes. And look what she commented, Austin here. Yes. She prescribed antibiotics. I just said that. And then eventually weaken her immune system, weaken her own body produced antibiotics. The natural, we call it, when you take the probiotics and the prebiotics, you produce your natural immune thing, like your T lymphocytes, your NK cells and B cells, which is produced from your thymus, which is the major organ for immune system. When I told Anilda to focus on the immune system and the gut health, she's actually reported improvement in less than a week since we've been working with her, like 10 days since we've been working with her. And I'm glad to see her on the call tonight. I'm glad to see all of my students from across US and Canada tonight on this call. And then you know what? We're going to produce here results, because results, Austin, is what we measure. You know, when we do this assessment online, which I've done it for your mom today, perhaps you can comment on your experience looking at her medications. How many medications she was taking? We don't have to mention any names or anything like that. How many? Lots.
Oh gosh, there was like 10 or 12 medications.
Okay. How did you feel about the assessment? How accurate was the assessment? And how was she was receiving that virtual assessment, which was accurate? Would you believe it was accurate?
I would say yes. It was extremely accurate. Extremely, like you said, 95%. 95%.
So if you can solve her challenges with natural ways, like Anilda, he was commenting, and instead of giving her more, like how many more meds you can give somebody? Like I think, you know, this guy was taking 28 meds. I think, to be honest with you, this is to me like it's overkill. Like 28 meds.
28 meds.
28 meds, 2 bypass, 2 stents, and 99% clogged arteries. Like, okay. How much is enough? Like, what is the maximum ceiling? There's no maximum here for medication. People, doctors, sometimes they try to keep prescribing until they get the results. I do not blame them, though. I blame their education. Because if one medication did not work, let's try 5, let's try 6 until they get the results. But the focus now should not be on medication. It should be on lifestyle medicine. That's the focus should be.
Yes, lifestyle.
I'm not actually affiliated with I'm not a Canadian family physician. I'm not. I'm just. This is a magazine from all of the CMA. Canadian Medical Association, right there.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about you're like an anomaly in a sense. You're an anomaly because you are pulling from all different modalities to get a healthy, long-term, sustainable result. And I love that because you have highly esteemed medical doctors that are in your circle that work with you, and it's about working together for that healthy lifestyle.
Yes, and look at our friend Tony here saying, I drink water when I have headache. I do belly breathing when I have headache. You know what? This is common sense. I told actually Tony this, and then she has no headache and she has no pain. I told her to do all of this stuff, and then just how simple it is to people to drink water. How simple it is to do belly breathing. How simple to become alkaline. 7.35, which you're going to be talking about in detail tonight, Austin.
Yes, by the way, yes, we are. So what we're talking about, if you're not getting all this, let me pause, because we're covering a lot very quickly. We're talking about gut health. We're talking about, drinking water, belly breathing. For some of you, you know this, but there's others that may not know this. It's not as common to you. Tonight, we're going to go into more detail on a Zoom call. You're welcome to join. Improve your health now. So if you're not getting everything here, that's okay. We're giving you an overview. We want to present information to you that's going to help maybe give you a different perspective. I always say, Dr. Grant, whether it's healthcare or I deal with the psychological stuff, it's when you can create options for somebody, they start to open up and have hope. When they feel like there's only one way, that creates a lot of stress.
Absolutely correct, Austin. You can live without food for 40 days. And I mean, Christ demonstrated that. You can live without water for about 5 days. You can live without oxygen for about 5 minutes. But if you lack hope, you don't even have 1 second. So we all need hope.
We all need hope, and I want to take you from hope to off the charts. I want you to we want you to get you well, get you healthy, get you vibrant, get you wanting to go after your goals and dreams again. They're not dead; they're just sleeping. We need to wake them up, and the way we're going to do that, we're going to wake you up. We want you to join us tonight on the Zoom call after and talk about these things in more detail. That's what we're going to do tonight. And this may be a wellness turnaround for you. Yes. This may be I'm going to lose the weight. This may be I'm going to end the headaches. This may be I'm going to get off of the medications. This may be I'm going to feel better when I wake up in the morning. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to get better rest naturally. Yes.
And when you wake up in the morning to do the stretching like you do yourself and do the belly breathing, and then have the ABC, attitude of gratitude. Once you have the ABC, attitude of gratitude for A, be believing that you can lift at age 111, 121 in that range, and then C, to commit to this. You got to commit to this. You got to commit to stretching, commit to exercise. You commit to drinking water. You commit to do some belly breathing regularly.
Yes.
You commit to choose what you eat, what you don't eat, and what's eating you for stress. You want to commit to positive mental attitude, because what goes up here can determine what goes down here. And that is what we talk about all the time. And I cannot emphasize the fact that even if you had bad genes, really worse gene like me, you can still live till age 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, even 120, because there is a science called epigenetics that actually control how to turn your bad genes off and you turn the good genes on. And the science, epigenetics, has been only around for 12 years or 13 years. But this is science now I love and I study now. My first degree, my first bachelor was in genetics, biochemistry, and food science. So now I start to learn about epigenetics because it's so new. And the more you learn about this, how you actually increase your telomeres. In fact, we can measure the telomeres with this virtual device. And I showed you how to do this, Austin.
Yeah, so let's just, we got a lot of things happening. Why don't you share what that means for people who have no idea what that is, the telomeres? Actually,
I want to first comment on Anilda here before I answer your question.
Please, Anilda.
60 to 70% of people, they feel hungry all the time. Now, when you feel hungry, that means you have a problem with some hormone called leptin. Leptin can become resistant, so you have leptin resistance. So the leptin is when you feel full. It's a full hormone. So if leptin is not healthy, you want to eat, keep eating. But it's not the food that you're missing. It's the water. So people cannot they confuse the hunger signal for thirst signal. So when you feel hungry, the first thing you do is reach for water. Exactly. Anilda is correct. My goodness, she's so bright. This woman is so bright. I'm telling you.
Anilda is a big advocate.
Yeah. So first, reach for water, and that way you can normalize leptin. You can normalize ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone. Because if the hunger hormone, ghrelin, and the leptin hormone, which is full of satiety hormones, feeding off, you're going to have not only leptin resistance, ghrelin resistance, you're going to have something called adiponectin resistance. I don't want to get into deep in biochemistry here, but then you're going to have something called insulin resistance if you're eating the wrong food at the wrong time. So if you reach for cookies, if you reach for sugar, which causes inflammation, when you feel hungry, guess what? You're going to have insulin resistance. That leads to diabetes. And that's right. Anilda is correct. Reach for water first. And you can put in your water a little bit of lemon, apple cider vinegar. We're going to talk about this in detail.
And Dr. Grant, I love this. And I just want to share that.
And now I'm going to get back to your questions now about the question about the telomeres.
Yes.
We're talking here about anti-aging, how to feel like younger, to live longer. All you got to do now, take care of your chromosomes. This is your DNA right here. If you can see my thigh here, this is double helix DNA. Okay?
Yes.
Now you want to have at the end of your every chromosome called telomeres, which is like a shoelace. You want it as long as possible. The longer the telomere, the longer you can live. This has been done by a Nobel Prize. The woman from Harvard won the Nobel Prize by discussing the telomere. There's not a single medical device measured telomere except the AO device.
Yes. So the research by this Nobel Prize winner from Harvard determined that the longer the telomere is, it's a direct correlation to someone's longevity, how long they're going to live. Is that right?
It's proven science, no question about it. Every doctor, every scientist, every PhD know this fact. No questions about my mind about that.
And what you hold in your hand, is what, and that we won't get it. We're not going to get into details, but I went through this process. And that measured my telomere. And was able to determine the health of my.
You're healthy. In fact, you look 10 years than actual age, and then you are healthy, and you're going to live longer because we have determined that. So all you got to do now is to actually follow the Wellness IQ at academyofwellness.com to allow you to live longer, to allow you to live healthier, and then you're going to look younger. And this is all what it's all about. It's taking care of yourself first. Take care of your body. Our body is the temple of God. So treat your body like the temple of God, not the garbage can. Because some people actually, when you see people in a shopping, go to any supermarket and see people go on the middle aisle first. They don't go to the outer aisle, which is the vegetables and fruits. They go and pick up all of the toxic stuff first. And then if they have time, they go and shop for vegetables and fruits. Why is this? Are we programmed to do this?
Well, yes, to a certain degree, but I do believe that's changing a little bit. And I want to stop for a minute. I want to invite you, if you want to join us for the Zoom call after this, I'm going to share something here. I trust this is going to work. We just created this, but you should be able to click on that, fill out a form, and you'll get the Zoom link to join us tonight. How about that? You can come on. We're going to go through some into more detail about this content, this information. And we're really going to dive deep. Let me just say hello to everyone here who's on here. Brandon's on here, one of our co-authors for Flashpoint, by the way. What's up, Brandon? We're getting into some conversations. We're going to have a Zoom call with Dr. Grant after. You're welcome to join. We're going to pick this man's brain, 35 years. Dr. Grant, you want to share, you don't have to get into too much detail, but you developed or discovered work around the endorphins, correct?
I was the first scientist in the world to isolate beta endorphins and beta lipotropin at the Faculty of Pharmacy in Saskatchewan. It's if you don't know where Saskatchewan is, just north of North Dakota. Okay.
but the people are thinking the information you just shared is north of their comprehension.
Okay. But beta endorphins is. I did this in 1981. This is the main indigenous opiate. It's almost it acts like morphine to reduce pain. And the endorphins is the master neurotransmitter that actually control all of the other important neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid. When you have a healthy endorphins, you have a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy spirit, basically. When you have low endorphins, you have an anxiety, and then you're going to gain weight, and then you're going to feel all of the other organs. You're going to have problem with sleep. You're going to exhibit so much other discomfort. So endorphins can be increased by exercise, by proper eating, by proper meditation. And then we have actually shown that endorphins can be increased in a very short time. But when you stop exercising and when you eat the wrong food at the wrong time, when you become dehydrated, your endorphins drop, your serotonin drop. That's why you call serotonin is the happy neurotransmitter in the brain. And if we have low serotonin, we do not need SSRI, which is the Prozac. I'm not against Prozac. As I said, I'm not against drug company, but there's better way to improve, serotonin.
Yes.
Instead of taking the Prozac or amitriptyline or Xanax, you can actually improve by exercise, and then by improving also lifestyle. This is I cannot stress this enough. Lifestyle medicine is the key here.
Yes. And I want to do this. Listen, I believe in sharing information, but I believe in doing it. So you can take a deep breath right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And we're going to get into this.
I call it QBB, quantum belly breathing. It's the key here.
Quantum belly breathing. A lot of people, I'm going to get into more detail on the Zoom call, but yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Please share. Go ahead, Dr. Grant.
Okay. From the belly here, we inhale and then we increase our belly like this. And the chest is not moving. But because if you actually breathe from the chest, you have the ribs here that does not actually expand. But when you do the belly breathing, actually you get more oxygen, even double the amount of O2, which would increase oxyhemoglobin. So if you breathe from the belly right here, down here, okay? Expand your belly like that. And that's basically do this 5 times every hour. That's what I recommend. That's what I do it myself. And that's what Austin now doing it and teaching all of his clients to do it. Exactly.
Belly expansion. Imagine there's a balloon in your belly. It expands.
Yes.
It oxygenates your lungs. Most people's lungs never get fully oxygenated.
Exactly. And that's why they feel
headaches.
Hypoxic. And when you have hypoxia, which means lack of oxygen, you're going to get something called hypercapnia, which is high CO2. Now, if you have the combination of hypercapnia and CO2, oh my God. I mean, I cannot tell you, you're going to get headache. You're going to get actually snoring at night. You may even develop sleep apnea. And then you need a CPAP. And the only solution for this is not to put a CPAP, is to actually do belly breathing, QBB, every hour. Simple.
Breathe, people. Breathe. If you're on this broadcast, I want you to breathe. Yes. Are you with me?
And I believe, Austin, that the oxygen in the US and Canada is still for free, right?
It's free.
Yeah.
It's free. However, it's good to get fresh air too.
100%.
In the city.
Very important.
Yes. It's important to get out in the fresh air. Brandon, is moderate exercise is the best way I improve my mindset. Not easy 100%. And not too hard.
100%. Brandon, you are amazing. I just like you to be my co-author with Austin in the upcoming book, because that is common sense, Brandon. But do you know how many people know this fact? I would guess to be only about 15%. That they share this with you, Brandon. So now we need to educate the other 85% who do not know this. You need fresh air. We're talking about 35 minutes, Austin. 35 to 45 minutes, like what Brandon does, of fresh air, brisk walk, simple exercise. It's all mindset. It's all about mindset. Yes.
Let's talk about that, the mindset, because and so let me just set before we're excited. I mean, I get excited about people's wellness. I mean, people know me as I've done ultra marathons, but you know what? Yeah. I need to listen to you. I need to learn from you, Dr. Grant, because I don't have it figured out. I have genes. There's predisposed things. So if I can learn more about epigenetics and changing my DNA, then I can increase my opportunity to live to be 101 or 111 with quality of life, and
the quality of thoughts.
Quality of thoughts and attitude.
Thoughts are really important, Austin, because we have something called anatomic nervous system, which is sympathetic and parasympathetic, but we also have subconscious mind and conscious mind. What we run on is 85% running our subconscious mind. only 15% the conscious. So if you actually want to program the subconscious mind that I feel good, I'm living healthy, I feel younger, I'm looking younger. So I'm not saying you brainwash your subconscious mind. All I'm telling you is to put good information or good affirmation, because what you affirm to yourself will manifest in your conscious mind. So the subconscious mind is a boss. The conscious mind is a slave. Okay. So when you tell the subconscious mind what you feel, in fact, I'm gonna challenge you. Just tell yourself, I don't recommend it, but just if you hear somebody saying, I'm gonna have a headache in 15 minutes, guess what's gonna happen in 15 minutes? They're gonna develop headache.
Yes.
You already tell their subconscious mind.
Yes.
If you tell yourself, I will never lose weight, I will never lose weight, you will never lose weight, because that's what you programmed yourself.
You know what? I got to share with you, Dr. Grant, before I met you, there was a time in my life when I had migraines.
Yes.
What I realized, and it's kind of like what you're doing, I realized if I can look, I said to myself, there's ingredients that lead to a migraine. There's a recipe.
Yes.
And it was low blood sugar.
Yes.
Stress.
Yes.
Lack of belly breathing.
Lack of oxygen. Exactly. Hypoxia. Yeah.
Hypoxia. Operating in my sympathetic nervous system for too long.
Yes.
Not enough sleep. Boom. Migraine headache. So
the actual scientific name for what you're telling me now, headache comes from vasoconstriction. Your blood vessels in the brain gets constricted. The only way you need to dilate that is not to take a blood thinner. It's to oxygenate the cells. Because in integrative medicine, we focus on cells first. The foundation of health and wellness is cells. In fact, the foundation of wellness is DNA. So we're going to go down to subatomic. And the DNA determines the healthy mitochondria, which is subcellular component.
Yes.
So inside every cell, we have mitochondria. If the DNA is healthy, telomeres are healthy, mitochondria is healthy, then we have healthy cells. If you have healthy cells, you're building healthy tissues. If you have healthy tissues, you're building healthy organs. If you have healthy organs, you're building healthy systems. So it's from the bottom up, not from the top down. So let me ask you this. How do we build houses these days? Do you put foundation first, and you put the walls, and you put the roof? Or we start from the roof, and you put the walls, and then you put the foundation? I mean, it's silly questions. But
you put the foundation, and we're going to go into the foundation even more on the Zoom call.
Okay, now I want to ask you a question then. Why do we have our healthcare system made from systems? So we go to a kidney doctor who is nephrologist. We go to heart doctor who is cardiologist. We go to a liver doctor who is hepatologist. We go to when we have an anxiety, we go to psychiatrist. Now, why our body is compartment that we look at systems first and then we ignore the cells, tissues, and organs? Like, why is this designed that way? That's my question to you. Do you have any answer for that?
Yes, because they're treating the symptom, not
the
source.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not the root cause. Our job is to find the root cause. What is the person, like you, we spent an hour and a half with your mom today. Now, tell us in 1 minute or less, what's your experience of this discussion for an hour and a half?
Eye-opening, and if I can translate it to the business world, I can make it very easy for you, because my background is what you measure will improve.
Yes.
We don't have a way, well, we do, but some of the ways can be improved upon. Being able to measure everything at one time gives you perspective that will naturally pull you into wellness. And that's what we're going to talk about this on the Zoom call, but I hope you're getting a feel of this. And
100%. And I fully agree with Brandon here. He said certain words, verbal words and actions can actually produce a proper attitude that actually produce and trigger the healthy outcome and results that he wants. 100%. I agree with you, my co-author, by 110%. But if everybody knows the secret, then they have to program their subconscious mind to create these words through meditation. And then you can produce the results that you want. Because the results that you want is the fruit of your labor, the fruit of how you program your subconscious mind. If we have enlightened people like Brandon, like Tony, like Anilda, like all of these people, if we can have, we're gonna have a complete transformation. We're gonna have complete wellness care. We're gonna have
wellness care,
money an operation and hospital visits and ventilators, and all those medications and stuff.
Yes, we're excited. We are going to have so many things to offer everyone here. I want to point you to the form I just shared, whether you're, and by the way, welcome everyone. We're so glad you're here tonight. Share this with somebody that you love. We have a form here. You can fill it out at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's about 45 minutes from now. It's about 45 minutes from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Grant, myself, and some other amazing people are going to be in a live Zoom call. And Dr. Grant, tell us about the guest that's going to be joining us at 9 p.m. tonight.
Okay, before I tell you about the guest, I just want to make a complete exclusive disclaimer that my name is Professor Dr. George Grant, PhD. I'm not a medical doctor. I did work for Health Canada and the FDA and the CDC, correct?
Yes.
But I do not prescribe medications. Our logo in the academyofwellness.com is simply I care, I serve, and educate. We do not medicate. We do not operate. We do not, irradiate. We do not do any of this stuff.
Yes.
So I just want to make this disclaimer crystal clear. I'm inviting one of my colleagues, one of my friends. His name is Dr. Raman Gokul. He's #1 nephrologist. Now, this guy is an MD. He's a kidney specialist in both UK and Canada. And he earned the FRCP. Of course, he's a fellow of this Royal Canadian College. And he's a member of the Canadian Medical Association. He's a true pioneer. He's considered one of the top kidney specialists in Canada and the UK. Now, when you listen to this guy, he believes in holistic medicine. He believes in integrative medicine, functional medicine, and lifestyle medicine. And he said he has done so many kidney dialysis. He has done so many kidney transplant. He's done so many medications when he was in his career. He's now in his 80s, and he's promoting what I'm promoting, what you're promoting is prevention instead of intervention, and self-care instead of crisis care. He's going to be coming at 9 o'clock tonight. Do not miss it for the world, because this guy is one of the top 1% in his field.
Brilliant.
As a kidney specialist.
Yeah.
And he's going to be offering lots of, if you do have very important appointment, cancel it and listen to us at 8 p.m., listen to him at 9 p.m. So please come and join us at 8 p.m. tonight. I guarantee you're going to learn a lot tonight. Okay?
I guarantee your wellness is going to improve tonight, not tomorrow. We're not going to, it's tonight. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be a decision. I'm going to make an improvement in my health right now. Is it safe to say that and this is what came to my mind, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I liken him to like a Dr. Deepak Chopra.
100%. In fact, he's an MD from India, and he earned PhD here, and he's practicing holistic medicine. He's practicing preventative medicine. He lives in California, and he does not prescribe medications anymore. And exactly, they call me, I'm Dr. Deepak Chopra and Dr. Oz of the North. So
Dr. Oz of the North. There you go. So you're in great company here, and I just want you to understand like how valuable a guy like Dr. Grant is. There's not many people that you can find that's why I call you an anomaly, because you're not a medical doctor, but you have all the degrees and the nutritionist, toxicology, biochemistry. You've published 250 papers, 10 books, 25 co-authorships, and now you're going to be in the Flashpoint co-authorship.
Yes.
And we're excited about that and to hear that story.
Yes. And I love the word by Tony here, true healthcare. The word true healthcare. Because this is based on prevention, not intervention. Based on self-care, not crisis care. 100%.
Yes. And I just want to grab this. We're talking about the trigger words. Mel Robbins calls them anchor words or anchor statements. Yes, you can create that. And we are talking about all of this. We're talking about wellness, but it's all connected. As science is able to measure on a deeper level, our perspective and our understanding changes about how influential we actually are in our wellness. From
100%.
What Brandon talked about, it all makes sense. It all interconnects.
It does. Yes. And in my career, I've written books with Brian Tracy, with Les Brown, Mark Victor Hansen, Jack Canfield, and all of these famous people. And that's what they talk about, exactly what you just mentioned here, Austin. Exactly what you just said. And exactly what Mel Robbins was saying here. That anchor words, an anchor statement can change what we think about to become what become about. So the subconscious mind is so powerful. We need to learn how to program this powerful computer here. By the way, between your ears here is the most powerful computer than any other thing invented by IBM or Apple Computer or any other software company in the world. This is the mystery that nobody, there's the biggest mystery in science is between your head here. There are thousands of neurotransmitters and trillions of brain cells that is affected by our gut health. By the way, do you know who's the boss? Is the brain or the gut?
It's the gut.
Okay, you know why? It's for every 9 messages the gut sent to the brain, there's only 1 message from the brain to the gut. So there's so it's a highway like this. So if you have a healthy gut, you're gonna have a healthy brain. And if there's any PhD or MD or any person want to argue with me on this, want to arm wrestle me, okay, let's go and arm wrestle me on that.
Yes, and this is what goes back to where we compartmentalize.
Yes, and that is
there's intelligence all through here, and that's why we say I have a gut feeling. We say that for a reason. It's not a nice phrase. It's actually backed by science.
Yes, and by the way, it's not my opinion. Look at Cleveland Clinic right now. They focus all of their work now, almost like 90%, on functional medicine. What's happening in the gut? They focus on 10% writing prescription, but if you focus 90% on functional medicine, by the way, the Cleveland Clinic, Harvard Medical School, Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, now is studying all of this stuff. And I'm honored to work with these clinics in the year 2015 in the International Pain Conference in Chicago when I was the chair of this conference. And I'm so happy that to work with them because now there's a new age. There's a new science of called IM, FM, LM, which we happen to teach. We teach this now to our students.
Yes.
And this is what we would like to get people to understand. Okay.
Yes. And I want you to create your turnaround story. I want your wellness. I want you to move towards your highest aspirations. This is the time. There's never been a better time for you to get well, to move towards your highest aspirations, to bring your gifts to the world. Do it with vitality, energy, excitement that maybe you've forgotten. Maybe you haven't experienced to this date. Dr. Grant, do you want to take this one? I wanted to give you the opportunity to comment on this. I know it's personal, but I hope it's okay we share it.
Wang Wei, okay. She said, I have been reading so many comments of some people who were cured from various diseases by Dr. Omozol, okay, but I never believed them. I was hurt and depressed, so I was too curious and wanted to know. I'm not familiar with this particular doctor, so I contacted him through this email. And I contacted him. He assured me 100% that will heal me. Okay, I pleaded with him to help me. My treatment was a great success and healed me. Okay, I want to comment on this. Doctors do not heal people. People heal themselves with the assistance of some knowledge or some information from doctors. No, I cannot say that I healed this person. Absolutely not. I did not do that. He healed himself when he changed his diet from crappy diet. This guy was drinking soda and he was eating the wrong food at the wrong time with 99% clogged arteries. All I told him is to give him the GPS how to heal himself. So I do not believe when say this doctor so-and-so is famous, he healed me. You know what? I do not believe in that. I, as a Christian, I believe that God heals us. Yes, that's 100%. But no doctors and no scientists can heal anybody. This is what I believe in, Austin.
Yes, and I want to echo this stuff, and I can say it in another way, and you can back me up or disagree with me, but I believe that the body, and again, this is why the attitude is so important, because we want let the body do what it knows how to do.
100%.
It's all we're doing. All that happens is we put the wrong stuff in. We got the wrong biochemistry. We're blocking. We're basically causing our own problems by not letting the body do what it wants to do. And all you do, you facilitate through natural ways that healing.
Okay, so what you're telling now in plain English, the fuel we give our body is the key. Let's imagine this. And instead of putting gasoline in your car, tomorrow, don't put gasoline, put water. How long your car will run?
They would die very quickly. Actually, water almost within seconds, possibly.
Instantly. Okay, then how do you expect our body to run on soda and to run on garbage and crap? Seriously, like our body is so resilient. We can actually survive introduced into, you know what's crap? CRAP, carbonated beverage, refined food, artificial colors and flavors, and processed food. How long we can live on this? We can live for long, but not for good quality life. We're going to have heart attack, stroke. We're going to have problem if we live like this, because I know this from my family history. That's what they were: obese, they had diabetes, they had high blood pressure, they have heart problems, because they were not following what I'm telling people about the wellness IQ at the academyofwellness.com.
Yeah.
So the wrong fuel produces the wrong result.
Yes.
The right fuel produces the right results, and the right thinking makes the right result.
Yes. Well, what I want to do, Dr. Grant, because we've had a lot of time on here, and we're so glad you joined us tonight, by the way, wherever you're listening from. We want to invite you, yes, if you're listening to this, there's a link here. I want you to, all you need to do is fill out the form, and you'll get an email. It could be might be in your junk folder, your clutter folder, your promo folder. Grab the link. It's going to have the Zoom information for a call we're going to be doing at 8 o'clock. We're going to go deeper. We're going to go into some of the things. What can I do to treat the source? What can I do to get those basic building blocks that can begin the process of my healing, of my wellness?
I love that acronym, CAN I. What can I do? CAN I stands for constant and never-ending improvement.
Yes.
Can I? And if we can focus on can I, every one of us can improve the wellness IQ score. We can improve our vitality, our energy, our health. Then we can live longer, looking younger, and then have also stronger at the same time. And that's what we wanted to achieve here, Austin. There's no magic pill I can give you. Say, okay, take this pill now, and you can live to age 121. You can eat all of the junk food. You can eat fast food. You can eat. No, there's no such thing. No such thing. But if you follow this, it's very interesting to see the outcome here. I sent you the Facebook about this veteran who lived to 111.
Yes, I saw that.
You know, he was a veteran, and he lived 111. And his simple lifestyle is basically more breathing, more water, and then more alkaline food. That's what we talk about in Wellness IQ. And he uses olive oil, extra virgin cold pressed. He does not use any fast food. He does not touch any French fries or KFC or any of this fast food. That is how his prescription is to live to 111. That's exactly what we talk about in our Wellness IQ at the academyofwellness.com.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm
okay.
excited coming up here in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be interviewing a man who's 95.
Yes.
And he goes up 16 flights of steps.
Wow.
To his apartment. So we're going to maybe I can connect you with him, and we can see, we're going to find the things that we're talking about. I know we're going to find some of these things that he's practicing to be able to get there. And he's healthy, and he's 95.
Can you try to interview this veteran who is 111? 111 is like, he's the top 1% of the world population. If you surpass the centurions 100 and now you're 111, I think you're on your way now to 121. Right?
It's pretty amazing, right? When you give the body what it needs, when it needs it, you create momentum that changes your wellness and eventually changes your DNA.
Yes. Oh, exactly. That's what we want to change here, the DNA and the telomeres.
So we're going to talk more about this, Dr. Grant. Maybe we can talk more about the date. People think, what did I just click on? What do you mean I'm going to change my DNA? What do you mean I'm going to change my genetics? So this is a little deeper, but if you're more than welcome to join us in the Zoom call and bring some questions. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can just join and listen if you'd like. But we're opening up. This is not every week. This is we're going to do this once in a while for this particular thing. I don't know that we're going to do this one again. We'll do a live stream, but the Zoom call that we're letting you in on, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to get around people like Dr. Grant with 35 years experience at 9 o'clock. We're going to be dealing with Dr. Gokul, who's a medical doctor, top one in the world, who's now practicing Ayurvedic and holistic ways. He doesn't prescribe medications anymore. No. He moves people to prevention and wellness. If you're on here, there's a reason. Jump on the Zoom call. Begin your wellness process now.
You know, Austin, I love what Anilda is saying here.
Yes.
We feel the butterflies in our gut when we fall in love.
Oh, yes.
I think this is true because it's everything about gut health. And then the gut tell you, send more messages to the brain. That's right, Anilda. That's why I love you, my dear.
Anilda, we love that, Anilda. The butterflies in the stomach when we fall in love. That's a great way to wrap
Yes.
this up here
And
tonight.
by the way, Anilda, do you know where's the butterfly come from? From the worm. And the worms thought it was ending, her life, the ending, and they they become butterflies.
Yeah, and
They hatch.
yeah, I could go deeper into a whole nother conversation about this,
Yes,
but
exactly.
because there's so many beautiful metaphors there. But we're going to go on the Zoom call. We're going to give you more tips, pointers, things you can do tonight. Things you can do tonight, like right now on this call. We're going to go into. You can get some things that you can do tonight and begin your wellness. And that's what it's about right now. Dr. Grant, do you want to say anything as we close out and take a break? And we're going to come back on at 8.
I want to share with your viewers and listeners my 5 secrets that I actually live with them every day. It starts with the letter L, and it's live, love, laugh, let go, and leave a legacy.
Wow. We want to say that again. Let that hit you. Go ahead, Dr. Grant, one more time. So listen up, everyone. Maybe take notes. Go ahead. I love this. We're going to wrap it up here. So Dr. Grant, go for it.
Live, love, learn, let go, and leave a legacy. That's what I live by every single day, every single hour. Thank you. Thank you.
That's what it comes down to, because the power of love is also the power to heal.
Yes.
It all is connected. That's what we're talking about. Integration.
Yes.
Avoid looking at everything in a silo. Let's integrate. Let's look at mind, 100%. Body, spirit. Yes. Let's have a discussion around it.
Yes.
Let's live our best lives. It's possible for you.
100%. You know, Austin, all we need is love. All we need is love. That's what Anilda here is saying. If we all have love, we would not have any crisis. We would not have any problems. We would not have any demonstrations. We would not have any lockdown. Seriously.
Yes,
love.
Because I believe that if we're love, we're going to eat the right foods.
Yes.
We're going to go to sleep at the right time. We're going to get plenty of hugs. We're going to love on people.
Yes.
And it really is. And it comes back. It comes back. You know, it's so, my goodness,
yes.
Just please, just take some of this knowledge for yourself.
Thank you, Tony. Tony wrote it down here. My goodness, she's so fast.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
She was telling me that I speak too fast, but she captured all of the stuff here. Live, love, learn, let go, and leave a legacy. Thank you, Tony. You're my favorite too. I love you, Tony.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anilda did too. Thank you, Anilda.
Thank
beautiful.
You. Thank you.
All right. You know what to do, everyone.
Yes.
And actually bring a friend.
Yeah.
Invite someone that you know. You don't have to invite everybody, although I'm sure everybody could benefit from this, but we don't have room for everybody. But we have room for you. We have room for a friend, and we have room for people that know they need this, right? That they know they want to take a step to improve their wellness. Take advantage of this brilliant man and his friend tonight. We're going to be talking about this.
Which man are you talking about now? Which one?
Talking about you. Talking about you. We're talking about you. Absolutely.
Thank you, Austin.
Right, everyone. So I'm going to put the form here one more time. Fill out the form. Join us tonight
at
8 p.m. Dr. Grant, it's an honor to be with you here publicly.
And the honor is mine, my co-author. Thank you.
Yes, and we're going to be on again shortly, so we'll be getting into more details. God bless everyone.
Thank you.